Good morning, August 22nd, second period, Algebra 1. The warm-up quiz is starting shortly. Time for the warm-up quiz. Problem number 1. Solution on this, you have to do 3 minus 1 first and come up with a 2. And then you'll have to go back and square that 2. When you square the 2, you get a 4. 2 times 4 is 8, so we have a 13. Anytime you miss one, make sure you watch and find your mistake. Problem number 2. You have to do the 12 minus 7 first. That's a 5. And when you square 5, you come up with 25. 25 times 2 is 50. Add 2 to that to get 52. Number 3. First you have to do 5 minus 1, which is 4, and you have to go back and square it. And then square the 16, or square the 4 to get 16, which is 112. And then add 3. Should be 115. Number 4. You have to do 2 times 1 first. That's 2. And then go back and add that to 5 to get 7. Square the 7 to get 49. Add 1. Answer is 50. Last one. You have to do 5 minus 1, which is 4, and then 6 plus 1, which is 7. 4 squared is 16. 7 squared is 49. Add them together to get 65. Pick a number from 1 to 10. Winning number today is 7. We already did the homework check. Let's go to the homework answers. Bring up 1 through 3. Answers to 1 through 3 are 19, 93, and 21. Answers to 4, 5, and 6 are 73, 51, 38. Answers to 7, 8, and 9 are 49, 105, and 66. Answers to 10, 11, and 12 are 75, 82, and 94. Answers to 13, 14, and 15 are 49, 29, and 97. Today's objective is to add, subtract, multiply, and divide fractions. But what we will concentrate on mainly today will be adding and subtracting fractions. Example number 1. 2 over 3 plus 1 over 2. The first thing you have to do is find the least common denominator between 3 and 2. It's the least common multiple. So 2 and 3, their factors are, or their multiples are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and so on. For 3, it's 3, 6, 9, 12, and so on. What's the lowest number that shows up in both lists? 6. So that's what you have to use. That's your least common denominator. Now, what do I have to multiply 3 by to get 6? 2. So I have to multiply this 2 on top by 2 to get 4. What do I multiply 2 by to get 6? 3, so 1 times 3 is 3. And then from there, you add the 4 and the 3 to get 7. Put it over the 6. No need to make a mixed number. Just leave it as an improper fraction. And that is the final answer. Example number 2. 5 over 8 minus 1 over 3. We need to find the lowest number that 3 and 8 have in common. So it's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, and for 8, it's 8, 16, 24. What's the lowest number? 24. 24 is the lowest number that both 8 and 3 will go into. So you have to use 24. Now figure out, what do I multiply 8 by to get this?
3.
So 5 times 3 is 15. What do I multiply 3 by to get this? 8. Yeah, you multiply 3 by 8, so 1 times 8 is 8. And from there you do this operation. 15 minus 8 is 7. So your final answer is 7 over 24. Practice number 1. 5 over 6 plus 1 over 3. For the practice problem, we need a least common denominator between 6 and 3. That's going to be 6, because the factors, or the multiples, are 3, 6, 9, 12, and so on. And for 6, it's 6, 12, 18. 6 is the lowest one they have in common. So 6 times 1 is 6. 5 times 1 is 5. 3 times 2 is 6. 1 times 2 is 2. 5 plus 2 is 7. So the answer is 7 over 6. A bonus problem. What is the least common denominator between 3 and 4? Practice problem number 2. 7, well, that's the pointer. There we go. 7 over 8 minus 1 over 2. For the practice problem, we need the least common denominator between 8 and 2. That is going to be 8. And then we have to figure out what we're multiplying by. To go from 8 to 8, I multiply by 1. So 7 times 1 is 7. To go from 2 to 8, I multiply by 4. So 1 times 4 is 4. But remember, you are subtracting. 7 minus 4 is 3, and then over 8. 3 over 8. What is the least common denominator between 5 and 15? The least common multiple between 5 and 15, we have 5, 10, 15, 20, and so on. For 15, it's 15, 30, 45. 15 is the lowest number that shows up. Practice number 3. 4 over 3 plus 2 over 7. The least common multiple between 3 and 7 is 21. What am I multiplying 3 by? 7. So 4 times 7 is 28. What am I multiplying 7 by? 2 times 3 is 6. So now it is 28 plus 6, which is 34, over 21. Bonus problem. Find the least common denominator between 8 and 6. The least common multiple between 8 and 6. Here's 6 and here's 8. That would be 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, and so on. 8, 16, 24, 32, and so on. The lowest number that shows up in both is 24. Bonus problem number 2. 1/2 plus 1/3. The least common multiple for this is going to have to be 6. What am I multiplying 2 by to get there? 3. So 3 times 1 is 3. What do I multiply 3 by?
2.
So 1 times 2 is 2. 3 plus 2 is 5. That's why it's 5/6. Homework assignment is coming up next.